This is a detailed video on how to customize a 10x5 frontal blueprint for your clients. So firstly, I brought out my materials, which should be a paper, a pen and a rule. So my first step is always to mark out the width, which is 10 inches. Then after marking it out, the height is 5. So with the rule, I'll measure out 5 and mark it out. I'll do the same thing to the two other remaining sides. And after marking out the 5 and the 10 for the two sides, the shape will be given rectangular. So after getting this shape, the next thing will be to mark out the hairline, which I usually use 1 inch for. So for the base part, the place that I usually have curve, I usually mark out 3 from the height. So I'll mark it out with a point. Then coming to my hairline to create the hairline for my frontal, I'll first get half of 10, which should be 5. After getting half of the rectangular shape, to create the hairline now, I'll have to place my ruler in such a way 2 will be at the place where I got the center of the rectangle. Then mark out 4 on the other side, like I did in the video. Then mark out 1 on the other side. From 4, I will trace to 1.5 to the other side. On the other side, from where I marked out 1, I'll trace to 1.5. Then trace to the final part using arc or a point to demarcate this. So after getting out these points and marking them out, I'll have to use a semicircle to join each and every one of them. And this is what it is looking at the end. I made the arc to be inside the 1 inch I marked out for the hairline because I really don't want it going above 5 inches. Though sometimes I usually draw it above the 1 inch I create. So this is how the arc is looking like. This is my hairline for my 10x5 frontal. So the next is to create the tiny lines that will guide me during the ventilation of my hairline. And while doing this line, I usually make sure the lines are equal to each other. So this is what is given, and here I am specifying my hairline, and here is the body of the work, 10x5 body. So the next will be to get out the curve. I didn't want to use a pen to mark out this, so I have to fold the paper into 2 equal parts. Then using a scissors, I will cut it in such a way I give it that curve while cutting. And here is the final look. With this, you can ventilate a perfect 10x5 frontal. So this is what is looking like, and here is when I used it to mark out 12x6 frontal blueprint. So the first step is to construct the structure of a 12x6 closure. So the width, that's the horizontal part, is 12, while the height, that is the vertical part, should be 6. You measure this out using your rule. You measure out all the sides that should be 12 and all the sides that should be 6. So this is when I drew the other part, and then I covered the structure. It gave a rectangular structure since only 2 sides are equal. So after this, I'll mark out the hairline, which I usually use 1 inch for, and this 1 inch will be my hairline. So to get the curves of your frontal, you just measure out 3, that's half of your height. You curve it out. So this is what the base part is giving. So let's start working on the hairline. The first step is to get the center of your work, which should be 6. After getting out 6, you place your ruler at the center of 6, mark out 1 at the other side, and mark out 4 at the other side. From this one, trace to 2.5 or 2. Then do the same to the other side. After this, use an arc or a point to mark this out. After getting out all these points, the next is to use a semicircle and join them together. I'm drawing it above my 1 inch because I wanted it to be longer, like 12 by 7 or 12 by 6.5. So this is exactly how I got the structure, and this is what the structure is looking like. So with this, you can create a perfect 12 by 6 customized frontal for your clients. Thanks and bye.
Hello there, so this is a mini video on how to construct a 13 by 6 frontal blueprint and hairline. So for the first part, you'll be needing your paper, your ruler, your pen and your tape. The first process is usually to construct a 13 by 6 structure, since this is a 13 by 6 frontal. So my height should be 6 and my width should be 13, and this will give a rectangular shape. For the hairline, I'll be giving a 1-inch space, which will help me to construct both my hairline and doing ventilation. Then this particular frontal will be having a center, and the center should be half of 13. Then from half of 13, I'll be placing my tape and construct the hairline like I'm doing. For each point I mark out, I'll be demarcating it with a point or a small arc. Then after this, I will join the points together to get my normal or irregular frontal hairline like I'm doing in the video. Always remember to use a semicircle to join this arc, because this is what gives you exactly this hairline. Then for my base part, to get my arc for my frontal, I usually measure half of my frontal only when is a 13 by 6 or a frontal by 6. So this is what I created from it.
So guys, this is the last tutorial, 9 by 6 customized frontal with the Lagos hairline. I just hope you've learned something from this particular video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly subscribe to this channel to help us grow. Thank you for coming by. Bye for now.